Hello and a very good afternoon, good morning and welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Mosby. Hope your Monday is going well so far and thank you for joining us as we count down to Christmas. Oh, we are going to have a fun day today. It is officially my last two shows before I head off on me Christmas break. So I'm looking forward to being here for the next two shows, obviously, but then looking forward to Christmas as well. And as you can see, I didn't really bother with the Christmas attire today. And I thought I'd kind of worn too many jumpers, so I just thought I'd come in my normal wear today. But we have got a brilliant show coming up. Your first show is a masterclass and we are featuring today embossing folders. It's all about those amazing embossing folders and we have got some amazing deals coming up for you on this show. And of course with the masterclass it is all about getting your questions in, getting your comments in and asking whatever you want to ask, and we'll get those questions answered throughout the course of the next couple of hours. And also during the show, talk about great deals. The lady who's going to be demoing and crafting along actually went to the boss and said, look, if I'm going to be here to do this show, I need some good deals. And if you don't do the best deals, I'm not coming in. So if you like the deals on the show, you have to thank the wonderful Debbie Fisher.
Yay! Hello! I wanted Debbie's double discounted deals today on those embossing folders, and boy have we got them, Ben. We've got some amazing embossing folders. Everyone that knows me knows that my love of embossing folders is right out there because there's so much you can do with them. There's so many backgrounds you can design, there's so many different ways you can use them, but what I love most about them is that unique raisedness of them. But we've also got cut and emboss folders on the show as well, which is amazing.
Absolutely we have, and we've got some best deals ever. And that's the point, right from the top. Obviously we're going to talk more about this, but we had a question yesterday, somebody just literally asking, what is an embossing folder? What can it do? There's lots of different hints, demos, techniques and things that you can do with embossing folders, right?
Yes, Ben. I was listening, but I didn't realise your question was going to be aimed at me. So many things you could do in embossing folders. And Ben's right, we had someone, so we know there are beginner crafters out there that don't know what an embossing folder is. And actually, that's not a wrong question to ask, because I hope that person's listening today, because you're going to get lots of useful tips and techniques that we can do right throughout the next 2 hours, which will be amazing.
You certainly are. Right. If you do want to get in touch, of course, over the course of the next couple of hours, there are many ways to do it. Oh, by the way, as we get the details up for you, so you can get in touch on Facebook, you can get in touch on YouTube. Producer John, and we're still doing the thing, right? The thing? Basically, if you comment during this show with a question, a comment, a general comment, whatever it might be, you will be in with a chance of winning a £20 or $20 voucher to spend with us here at Crafters Companion. So get commenting on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll get your comments read out, we'll get your questions answered, and you could be a winner as well. And as always, if you want to send in any pictures, we love seeing your pictures. You can send us into studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Basically, pictures. I mean, over the last few days, it's been Christmas attire, it's been Christmas trees, it's been snowy scenes. So all of those, please. I mean, if you could combine all of them into one, would be amazing. And also, we want to see what you've been doing with your embossing folders as well, because I think it's great that we can show you some amazing projects here. But also, I think it's great when you can show us what you've been doing as far as projects are concerned. Now, a few of you are asking about this picture here in the background, which this is my picture, right? Because this is my dog, Mac, in the background, and I didn't know until about 10 days ago that one of our lovely directors here, Charlotte, is a little bit decent when it comes to drawing. We saw her Instagram page, and she's drawn this with pencils. Can you believe? It's unbelievable. So the guy said, you know what, it's so brilliant, we need to get this on the show. So that is this amazing picture. That's who drew it, Charlotte, our director. If you want to see more of her work, by the way, we thought we'd give her a little plug. Charlotte.astrid.artwork on Instagram. She's not on Facebook, she's on Instagram, and you can see all of the other drawings that she's done. Absolutely brilliant is that. It's my wife's Christmas presents, and the guys were like, oh, well, you can't show it. I can't show it because you'll be watching. I was like, she doesn't watch me. She never watches me, Debbie.
Aww.
Hello. You can guarantee today for the first time, she'll be like, oh, should we tune in and watch him? Oh, there's my Christmas present. But that's what it is. How amazing. Yeah, charlotte.astrid.artwork. Do have a look because it's unbelievable. The talent that we have in this building is phenomenal. Right, let us crack on and show you what we have got on the show. We've got some, there's lots of different types of embossing folders actually, which we will go through because as you've already heard, standard embossing folders, cut and emboss folders, and then we've got these 3D embossing folders as well. And these are phenomenal, always great, always popular. And today you're getting them with a 20% discount as well. £32 or $46. Remember, if you're platinum, you can take another 20% off that. $25.60 is your price, or $36.80. You're going to get 6 gorgeous folders within this collection, and the styles on them I absolutely love. You can just see that you get that even sort of deeper emboss, that 3D effect with these, which is just absolutely phenomenal. And as you're going to see and hear over the course of this show, lots of different ways to achieve that 3D effect. So the 6 you're going to get within this collection are your gorgeous gossamer lace, which you're seeing here. By the way, looks great with a bit of gilding wax on, and we've got some gorgeous gilding wax on the show for you as well. This one is absolutely phenomenal. This is your lavish leopard print. Again, talk about a collection giving you lots of different designs. This one absolutely does that. Next up, again, just gorgeous, is your vintage scroll. Again, hopefully you can appreciate and see the depth of detail you get with that emboss. And again, they're so simple to use in conjunction with your Gemini machines. You can very, very easily achieve these results. Look about this for gorgeous. This is your peony bouquet. Once again, the level of detail on there is just phenomenal. That's number 4 of 6 that you're going to get. Next up, love this one as well. You've got that gorgeous frame there of the climbing ivy. Again, so much detail in the emboss with that one. And then last but by no means least, come on, are you kidding me? How gorgeous is that one there? That is your Grande Butterfly. All of those you're going to take home for £32 or $46 today. With your 20% discount, of course, it comes down even further as well. Obviously, the main deal for you is within this bundle, but you can go for them individually as well if you just want to. Maybe you're quite new to it and you just want to try these out. $6.99 each or $9.99, or you can get them on a multi-buy as well. 2 for £12 or 2 for $16. So wherever you are on your crafting journey, if you're quite new to it, like, as I say, we had a question yesterday, someone literally saying, what is an embossing folder? What does it do? If you've just found out and you're thinking, well, I'd like to give it a go, just go for one today or go for a couple and try them out. You will love them because you're able to achieve projects like this. Debbie's got some cards to show us. They're phenomenal, aren't they?
Do you know what, Ben? They are incredible because years ago, we used to have 2D folders and they are amazing. But what 2D folders are, they go up in one level and down again. 3D folders offer you this level of embossing, which means it's like a sculptured effect. Now, I've chosen this first card because it's my absolute favourite.
Wow.
I mean, how gorgeous is that butterfly? It's beautiful, but what you can see is the butterfly is really raised, but then we've got these background particles that are in the back that are like a 2D. So you've got a 2D there, 3D, and what you've got is this sculpturedness that goes over, and then you've got the bottom here as well. So they really are stunning. So I'm going to show you a couple of each of different sort of designs, which will give you a really good variation of what you can do with embossing folders. I mean, really look at this one. It is so simply stunning. Just by using 2 colours, it looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I would love, I mean, if someone sent me a card like that, Ben, I would love it. And can you see the background is that butterfly as well? So don't just think because you've got a 5x7 folder, you have to use that whole part of it. Just being able to cut out, what I would suggest, cut the die cut out first, then emboss it. Otherwise, you'll just flatten your embossing afterwards. But then we go on to things like this, really beautiful designs that you've got. And you can see you've got all that sort of faded trellis work in the background, and then you've got the 3D effect that comes on the top. And then if I show you this one as well, look how different. This is the same embossing folder, but used different. Looks just completely different in using those two ones. They just look incredible. I mean, they are gorgeous, aren't they? I really, really love that design. And then the flower, oh, now I've said the butterfly is my favourite.
This one's your favourite.
I know, and then you look at this and think, actually, this one could be my favourite. But they're all so beautiful. There's no way I could just handpick any one of them. You would have to go for the full collection because they're beautiful. The actual effect on here is stunning. If I bring in this one, look at this, using your watercolour pens on the top. I mean, it really is amazing, isn't it? You can have effects like this. If you want to do something fun, we've got those over the edge dies there. Works amazingly well with this gorgeous folder as well. So much texture and just loveliness that you get. I love the fact that we can decorate. This looks like a pattern cardstock. It's actually embossed and it's that 3D. It feels incredible. We've got this one, which is gorgeous. This was a really popular one that we had a while ago, and they've just made it with different background into it, and it just looks gorgeous. But actually, if you want something really subtle, you're going to be able to create this type of thing where you can see a coloured piece of card onto a white piece of card. I think we might try this technique later.
Yeah.
Stick them together and emboss them together. Then you get that exact embossing you can see from the top into the colour part, and it looks really effective. It looks like you've framed it yourself, but you haven't. You've just used the embossing folder. Absolutely incredible.
Already, just from those sort of samples, you're seeing just a few of the ideas that you can take from embossing folders, a few of the different things that you can do as well. And once again, with these like 3D embossing folders, just stunning. Like describing it almost like as a sculpture, the embossing that you get with these. £32 or $46. Lots of people already joining in and saying hello. Georgie Ann's in from Clearwater, Florida. Vicky says good morning from a wet and cold Nottinghamshire. Mary Pat 1000, looking festive, Ben. Darlene says, Debbie looks beautiful this morning. We were just talking about that before the show. And Ben, that suit is a showstopper. Well, thank you. I tell you what, it's blooming warm in here, I can tell you. It may look like an expensive suit, but it's not. And Anita says, hi everyone from a gloomy Woking. Well, if it's gloomy where you are, hopefully we can brighten things up for you over the course of the next couple of hours. Like I said, the 3D embossing folders, £32 or $46 if you want to go for these today. The 20% saving and then an extra 20%, of course, if you are a platinum member as well. Right. Let's have a look at these cut and emboss folders because, as I've said, we've got loads of different types of embossing folders for you. And well, I won't explain these. I'll show you the boards, but before I do, Debbie can tell you about the deal on this because well, it's a deal that you sorted out.
Absolutely. When I knew I was having embossing folders, I literally went to Sarah and said, Sarah, please, can you give me the most unbelievable deal on these? And we have absolutely got the deal. In fact, we have the best deal ever, and it's going to be amazing. So Ben's going to show you the folders. What I love about them, they're cut and embossed. These blow my mind every single time. I love to demo them because as soon as you emboss something, the last thing you would expect is it to cut as well. So the fact that it cuts that beautiful wording and the embossing at the same time is amazing.
So this is what we call a best deal
ever.
Yeah, so you're buying 4, you get 2 free. And this is what you're going to get, as Debbie was describing there. So you get, it's amazing the technology that you've got the emboss, and then with each of these, you've got the die cut as well. So with this one, that gorgeous detailing there, and then you've got birthday, and of course then you've got the birthday letters which cut out of the die as well there. So you've got those to be able to use as well. Something for everyone in this collection too. Congrats. Again, lovely, beautiful emboss that you get with this, and then that die cut as well, giving you that wonderful wording. And again, I think with these, great for you know, card projects, obviously, great for little home decor pieces as well, potentially with these. This is your next one. Again, wonderful emboss, wonderful detailing there. Love the font of that friend that you're going to get as well. Next up, so this is the 4th one. I think this is my favourite one actually. I always say that the little house there, it reminds me of the start of Home Alone. The little house in the Home Alone title there. But that's great. Again, you know, don't just think about cars, think about home decor projects. This would look really nice, sort of almost framed, wouldn't it, really? Absolutely gorgeous. So those are 4, right, but you're getting 6. So basically, you're not paying for these 2, which is rather good. This is love. Again, what you've got here, that beautiful emboss of the hearts, a little string of hearts around the top there, and then you've got that gorgeous love cut into the card as well. And last but by no means least, again, not paying for this one because you're only paying for 4, getting 2 free, you've got that gorgeous thanks as well. Beautiful emboss, gorgeous thank you in the centre. All of those today for just £46 or $53, $31.94 or $39.94 is what you're saving on this. So really great. Like Debbie said, you're paying for 4, getting 2 for free. So grab those. You can go for those individually as well, should you want to. Obviously, the best value for money is in the collection, $12.99 each. Or you can get any 2 for £20 or $23. So again, budget for everybody, and lots of opportunity to get involved and grab these folders. And once again, so simple to use these, isn't it? It's literally, you don't have to like use it once for the emboss and then use it once for the cut. It all works together, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, it does them all. But I had to show you this one because I just adore this. I love anything that's homemade for the home, and this is beautiful. I mean, imagine giving this to someone as a new home gift that they can hang on their wall. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love that. This is being embossed into acetate, and then instead, because this is quite a thick weight acetate, so it hasn't cut out the letters, but they're cut out the individual letters and stuck them on. So a really individual way of doing that. But then doing your cards such as this, I just adore how these work together. You could use them as shaker cards, so you've got your heart and then a little embellishment has been put over the top there. Maybe you just want to actually use them to use your mirror card underneath and matte and layer on the top, which looks gorgeous. I love the fact you can use all your other embellishments from home, the balloons, add the happy on there. Then we've got this one, which is quite unique. So if you like, a completely different type. I mean, look how gorgeous that absolutely looks. It really is beautiful. Then you've got that congrats, which is amazing. In fact, was it, I don't know, it could have been Joe. Was it? No, I think it was you, Ben, that thought that thing that time said Kong rats.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Because it was done top and bottom. You had Kong at the top.
Kong rats.
So Congrats always reminds me of Ben.
Yeah, definitely me.
It's not like King Kong rats. It's actually,
giant rats.
Yeah, massive rats. Yeah, it's actually congrats.
Congrats.
So really nice way. And then the last one we've got there is the thanks. And again, just, I mean, look at that. This one is stunning because what's happened, you've got they've cut it in black underneath and layered it and slightly shadowed it, so it just gives it an even more 3D effect there. So yeah, absolutely incredible, these folders, and such a good deal. So definitely go for them while they're on offer.
You say it's a good deal, mate. It's the best deal
ever.
£46, $53 for the lot. As you said, if you want to go for them individually or on the multi-buy, you can do. But if budget allows, go for these today. Best deal ever, and they really are phenomenal. Something else we'd love you to get involved in as well, and time is running out to get involved in this, is our raffle. Of course, you will know that we're doing a raffle to raise money for the Bradley Lowry Foundation, which is our charity of the year here at Crafters Companion. They're a charity who help with childhood cancers. So if you want to find out more about them and indeed the raffle, search for Bradley Lowry Raffle on our website. There you can get your tickets. They're £2 or $3 per ticket. All profits from the ticket sales go to the foundation, and there's the prize that you could win. What a prize that is, potentially for a couple of quid or $3. £532 or $684 it's worth. That crafty bundle could be yours. I mean, seriously, what a prize to win. Get your tickets, still not too late. The winners will be announced during Creative Cravings on the 23rd, which is this Wednesday at 4 o'clock. So make sure you get your tickets before then. It's great, isn't it, to be able to help out and support a charity this Christmas and stand the chance of winning yourself some amazing goodies as well. So if you get a chance, do have a look on our website. As always, again, in this show, don't forget, just for commenting, you could be winning as well. Lots of lovely comments already coming through. Tessie saying, Ben, you're quite the dandy in your red holiday suit. What does that mean? Quite the dandy?
Very dandy.
What does that mean?
Smart.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, very smart and dandy.
Oh, thank you. The suit is looking rather bright against the white. Apologies, Vicky. Stephen says, back in a bit. Got to go and find my sunglasses. That suit is bright. And Sue says, Debbie, you look lovely today. I love your tips and tricks. Lovely messages coming in. Lots of people. Gloria saying, I have this wonderful collection. Great to see the tutorial for great ideas. And Evelyn saying, I've been looking forward to this masterclass. Keep those comments coming in. Keep those pictures coming in as well. And seeing as you're looking forward to this masterclass, let us get on with some demos. So which set are we going to be concentrating on first, Debbie?
So I'm going to be using the textured ones. So all the different patterns, the 3D embossing folders. So what I am going to show you, I'm going to bring in one of the folders from the cut and emboss just to show you the difference, to go back to basics really.
Yeah, absolutely.
So our cut and emboss, although it's a cut and emboss fold, I think we can probably pick these up. Yeah, absolutely easy. Let's pop them to the side. Can you see the thickness of each one? So you've got a really, if I bring this one in, that's it, then we can really see them. So side by side, you can see that this one here, this one, is much thinner than the other one.
Yeah.
Now what that does is it means that the 3D embossing folder, it has real sculptured effects. It doesn't just have a level that goes up, across and down. It actually has all different levels, probably I would say in the region of 3 to 5 different layers. It has your sort of background, then it has your mid and then your front. So you've got all really different layers of embossing there, which creates the most stunning effects and deep embossing. So it's deeper embossing than what you would get on a normal folder. So although...
Sorry, so a standard embossing folder, not as deep an emboss and all the embosses on one level?
Yes. Well, it bosses on one, yes, on one level. So it will just come up. So on here, all you'd be able to feel is the embossing of one level, where this one, you can feel it. I mean, it actually feels gorgeous because it's sort of all wavy. It's all different lines. It's a really lovely one. So 2D folders have their job and look amazing. 3D folders literally go to that next level if you want that really deep embossing. And these textures are gorgeous because what they do create is that really unique backgrounds. If you want something, if you just want a sentiment on your card, if you just want to put maybe a little baby pram, you just want to keep it simple, but you want it dramatic, then that background will make it dramatic. So what I'm going to do is run through a few different things today of how we can make it even ultra better. So I've got some blue cards. So we've got some card that we had in yesterday's show. So it's on the website. It's in the Cool Tones pad. And what we tend to think is if we've got a coloured piece of card, we don't need to add any more colour because all that colour's there. But actually, we can add more colour and make it look even better. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to add some blue. I'm not even worried about it going in the right place or where it's going to go. I still want to keep a lot of the colour blue in it. At just each end, I'm just going to put that darker blue. So just popping in, I'm using this is Midnight, my water reactive ink. But you could use, if you've got the pigment inks, if you've got the quick drying, they will all work together. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to do top and bottom. So that gives me a totally different piece of card anyway. And then we're going to run that through and emboss. Now, on your embossing folders, your natural instinct is to emboss with where it says the writing on the front, because these ones don't have a picture. Sometimes we colour in which shows you the front. These don't. If you feel underneath, you'll be able to feel where your raised parts are and where they go indented. In the indented part, that's where it will emboss, because the raised part will push into there, push that up, and you'll get it embossed. Now, what I will show you, which is good, we've got a double-sided card. So you will see, I'm going to show you how it affects it with a what we call an emboss and a deboss, which is really good. Right, so with a 3D embossing folder for your Gemini, now you will be able to use these in any die cutting machine you've got. You just have to refer to the manual, and that will tell you what platform you need. With the Gemini, what we do need is our cloudy sheet, which is our plastic shim, our magnetic, and our top plate. And we're just going to pop our folder inside between those sandwich. Now I'm using the Gemini Junior plates, but I'm going to be using my big Gemini because I can turn them round. So for quickness, and the big Gemini was already set up, so I thought, well, instead of changing it, it gives me that option then to use both plates for the big Gemini and the Gemini Junior. So we're going to take that out, and then we're going to reveal the actual There we go, look at this.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, looks incredible, doesn't
Yes.
it? I mean, that is gorgeous. So that's what we call our emboss. If I turn it round, you get a deboss. So it means, if I turn it there, you can see it's more subtle, because what that's done is all the larger parts have been pushed inside. But the deboss really shows up all those extra parts, all those extra fine lines that we have in there. They just emboss beautifully. But I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to bring in some gilding wax.
Excellent.
So always a really nice thing to bring in. I've got the King Gold, I believe. Yep.
Kerry's just commented actually saying, I haven't learned to use the wax well yet. I'm looking forward to learning how to do it today. So I have you on the giant screen TV. So Kerry, this one's for you. Is that so? You're going to show us?
Am I filling it? Am I filling your screen?
Well, you are now.
Do you know what? I have so many questions from people that asked about gilding wax. Now, my biggest tip is, once you put it on, you can't take it off. So always go really gently.
Yeah.
When you put it, I like to use my fingers, because your fingers are the things that you can feel, so you know how much heaviness you're putting down. If you use one of these, in fact, you don't always know the level of firmness that you're putting on.
I always see, obviously yourself and you know, all the other guys, everyone seems to use their fingers rather than a door, but so it is because of the pressure.
Yeah, it is to do with the pressure. And what I would also say is, if I just went like that, this is what a lot of people do. They've got it on their finger. If we can come in close there, so I know that we can.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ink.
Right.
If I put that onto the embossing, all that's going to do is it's going to go into all the gaps of the embossing.
Right.
So when you put it on your finger, you need to wipe it off the side. So you put it on and take it off.
Oh, so it's a really small
amount. Really small amount. And then what you do, as you can feel, just dab onto, and it will only touch then the parts that you want it to go onto. If you want to build it up a bit more, you add a bit more, and then you can go in and add that gold to it. So that is definitely the trick. Too much is, and in fact I'll do it towards the end, but I just want to show you how beautiful this looks by adding that gold.
And you're not, cause I can sort of see the way you're holding your hand there, but you're not applying any pressure. It's almost like you're just sort of stroking it, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just gliding over the surface, tickling the surface. You don't need to apply any pressure. And I'm also feeling where that raisedness is. I'm sure raisedness.
It's a good. I like it. Raisedness is a good word.
Can we make that a word?
Yeah. There's something else you said earlier on, which I thought was a great new word.
I do like to make up my own words.
I'm sure you said sculpturalness or something.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
I'm good like that. I do like to. I should have been in charge of the English dictionary.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, here we go. Now, this is showing off the new cameras we've got in the studio here. Extreme close-up.
Fabulous, aren't they?
And that really does give you an idea of the touch that Debbie's using there, of the sort of just the stroking, the tickle that she's giving the cardstock. You can see it really well there.
Yeah, absolutely. And looks really good. So yeah, if anyone is doing it wrong, I would say, there's not a right and wrong way. And actually, if you was to apply a lot more, you would get a nice effect, because it's strange with it. So I will do it. I will show you how this looks once we've got all that in. So you can see that looks absolutely
phenomenal.
Yeah, it looks stunning, looks beautiful. The dark into that lighter colour looks really amazing. But let's just say I don't rub that off my finger. I've dipped it in and I'm just going to plonk it down. You can see straight away that's given me quite a big smudge, and that's what most people do. And then they throw it away because they think, oh, I've done that wrong, or they cut it down. But actually, if you carried on and just rub that into more, you can actually still get away with that, because sometimes when you add a lot more, it makes it even nicer.
Yeah.
So if I just keep rubbing this in, I'll do it on half and you'll be able to see.
I mean, if people are looking to get sort of extra things to go with their embossing folders, would you say that sort of gilding wax is a must to go with them? Really?
I wouldn't even be without gilding wax. I would not even be without it. Gilding wax for me is one of the best things that you can use. Can I also tell you, gilding wax, and I don't know if anyone, did I just hear that right, Johnny? $8.99.
Yeah, just see it at the bottom of the screen.
I don't think I've seen it that cheap before. So
you haven't done one of your Debbie's
I did on that one. I'd like to
deals.
take credit for that. I can only take credit for the embossing folders. That has my name on it.
Yeah.
But I can't take credit for the gilding wax. I should have asked for that as well. So the other thing you should do also is polish. So if you polish, so although that looks beautiful, so we can see how nice that looks, if you actually start to polish your gilding wax, it makes it really shine. So I'm doing this really quickly, but when I...
Do you know what this reminds? Johnny's just got. It's like all the gold in your house. I wish.
Look at that sheen we're getting on there.
Yeah.
Looks amazing, so amazing. So you can go in subtle and you'll get all that blue.
Yeah.
But if you want to go in just that little bit more, you can just make a really beautiful gold background. And just a little bit of about the gilding wax. This gilding wax, which is a Pobio gilding wax, for me is the best on the market. It doesn't ever dry out, Ben.
Brilliant.
So it stays like that whipped effect all the time. It also used to be used on furniture many years ago.
I'm sorry, I've got my hand up.
He's got his hands up.
Miss, I was literally about to say, watching you do that reminded me, when my nan used to be alive, she used to have loads of sort of brass ornaments and stuff in the house, and she used to get it was it Brasso or something like that, and just reminded me the way that you were using that. And then she used to polish it to get that sheen. So it's the similar sort of thing, isn't it, that was used to...
Absolutely, and that's exactly what it used to be used for. So it means you don't have to just use this in your crafting. You can use it on your ornaments, so you can make those brass effect ornaments. It's gorgeous on picture frames. So if you've got a textured picture frames, you get those sort of, you can get white picture frames and they're all sort of got moulded butterflies or flowers around them. Use that with that light finger again on them. They look amazing.
So could you use it like if you were upcycling furniture and stuff like that?
Oh yes, yeah, that's exactly what this gilding wax was originally.
So would you have to dry? Would you have to dry it? If you
no, you don't have to dry it. You just buff it. And as soon as you buff it, it then doesn't come off.
Yeah.
If you don't buff it, it's likely to still come off your fingers. In fact, I've got it all over my fingers.
Yeah.
But if you just, if I rub it on my hand, none of that comes off on my hand. So because we've buffed it. So so make sure you buff it on whatever you put it on. But it really is incredible. The children love paper mache things because of the texture on those. The gilding wax would just look amazing on them. Yeah, really amazing. And if you are worried about dipping in your fingers, I don't think there's anything in here that can irritate, but I do know that some people get irritation skin. Just use some plastic gloves.
Okay,
Same thing. I mean, gloves are so good these days. I mean, we've found out because of the pandemic when we started wearing gloves at the beginning that you can still feel through them. So they're just like a second skin. So if you're not sure about putting your fingers in, you can use your use some gloves or use little cotton buds, anything like that you can put it onto. It's amazing, amazing, and great price.
Well, that is brilliant. I never knew that the gilding wax was so versatile, actually. And producer Johnny, maybe I will get some to polish all of the gold at Mosby Towers. I'll get Jeeves to do it. Great price today. And as you've seen, again, if you look at that thing, 30ml pot, that's not a lot. Well, when you've seen how little you have to use, I've got some more down here, actually. I'll show you. Hang on a minute. Yeah, when you've seen how little you've got to use, then 30ml really does go a very, very long way indeed. Normally $11.99, $8.99 is your price. So we've got the antique first of all. So just to show you the different colours, they're all absolutely gorgeous. Get these on this deal today. Really stock up. If you've used the gilding wax before, then you'll know exactly just how good it is. $8.99 is your price. We've also got the Renaissance. Again, all come in your little 30ml pots. $8.99 or $12.74. That is a 25% saving today, which is amazing. Next up, I like this, is the Empire. I really like this one. Empire Gold. Look at that. Gorgeous is that. And then last but by no means least, you've then got your King Gold as well. All $8.99. All $12.74. And just to show you again, I'll hold them all up here so you can see the difference. So you've got your King Gold is there. That is your Empire Gold just here. This one is your Renaissance Gold. I'm running out of hands here. Come on, Ben, you can do it. You can do it. Yeah. And that one there is your Antique. There we go. So that is the full range of colours there for you. Stock up, get them whilst they're at that super, super low price. Right, Yes, quick recap on those 3D embossing folders. They are absolutely amazing. So again, learning a lot hopefully on this masterclass. Those 3D embossing folders almost got like your sort of peaks and troughs really, the levels of emboss that give you that 3D effect. And you can see for yourself just how easy they are to use as well and how great. But you can stretch to it today, get the embossing folders and go for some gilding wax as well, because you can see again how it really does help to accentuate, that's a good word, accentuate that emboss. So the 6 that you're going to get within this collection are your grande butterfly. You've then also got with this that gorgeous climbing ivy. Then you've got the peony bouquet. I tell you what, this is why he gets paid the big bucks. Yeah, producer Johnny has just worked out. Yes, with the money that you're saving off the normal price, you can then get yourself a pot of the gilding wax. As I say, that's why he drives around in sports cars, does our producer Johnny, because he works those kind of things out that us mere mortals don't. There's your vintage scroll, absolutely gorgeous. There's your lavish leopard print. Yeah, his sports car is disguised as a Hyundai i20, but we all know what it is underneath that shell. And last but my no means least is your gossamer lace. All of those for 32 or 46, 20% saving, absolutely gorgeous. Right, as you may or may not know, over on our website, we've got our winter sale up to 70% off. So do you know what, for me, this is all about taking advantage of these deals, but if you've already blown your crafty budget for December and you still want to get a few bits and pieces, there's deals as low as a couple of pounds, couple of dollars here, and these, again, are just phenomenal. This is Sarah's signature crafty fun cut and emboss folder, cute as a button. Normally that goes out the door for $12.99 or $14.95. $3.89 today or $4.48. 70% you're saving, and you also still get your 20% off that as well if you're a platinum member. So I mean, just ridiculous prices. As I always say, these are the sort of prices where you could stick your hand down the back of the sofa, pull out some coins, and have enough to take part of these deals. £3.11 for that embossing folder today if you're a platinum member. Wow. Also in this sale, we've got the 7x1.5 embossing folder, because again, we'll chat to Debbie about this, embossing folders in all different shapes and sizes as well. This one, as I say, 7 by 1.5 inches. This is your crafty notions. 89p! I have never seen that before. That is the lowest price I've ever seen. 71p if you're platinum. 71p? $1.48. Or $1.18. These are ridiculous. Come on, you're in a laugh here, aren't you? We've also got, again, look at this for a deal. The 5x7 embossing folder, Crafty Friends. Love that again. $179 or $208, and I suppose that one again is a case in point of not having to use the whole embossing folder each and every time that you emboss. But that is gorgeous, isn't it? Couple of quid, couple of dollars, amazing. If you want something perhaps a little bit more vintage, then take a look at these. Now this is ridiculous. The vintage lace, Venetian lace, all of the detailing that you've got in there, $179 or $238. Saving 70%. That's a £6 embossing folder, $8 embossing folder, smashed right down low. Take advantage of these deals. Again, it may well be that you'll, I know a lot of people sort of start buying stuff now for next Christmas. If you are doing that, if you've got crafty friends, this is a perfect time to buy some really great items for stocking fillers right there, or for crafty birthdays next year. We've then got from the Rose Gold collection the diamond lattice, 1 1/4 by 7 inch embossing folders, $149 or $199. I cannot believe these prices, so low. And also from the Rose Gold collection, this is another one of those cut and emboss folders. So again, like the demo, or the folders that we've been showing you, this one is a cut and emboss once again, the decorative rose frame, $649, $847, a 50% saving on those. Definitely worth having a look through the website and seeing all of the deals that we've got going for you. Just a few more comments here. Don't forget, by the way, if you do comment during the show on Facebook or YouTube, you do stand the chance of winning a £20 or $20 voucher. We'll be picking 2 comments at random at the end of the show. Love these embossing folders, says Wendy. So many things and effects that we can make with them. Absolutely, they're not just one-trick ponies, these. They really aren't. Will, aka the Crafty Crafter on YouTube, says, Ben's suit makes me want to buy the cut and emboss folders. Well, there you go. Job done. I won't talk then. Mary says, looking forward to the demo on the cut and emboss folders. Just received the home and congrats folders. Keep those comments coming in. Rosalind saying, I love 3D embossing with mirror card. That's what I was going to ask you, Debbie, as well. Is there a particular type of cardstock which is best for embossing, or what's the sort of best GSM that we should be using, or are embossing folders sort of all encompassing with cardstock?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's a question loads of people ask. And do you know what? I would say try everything. Try absolutely everything, because embossing folders, they just seem to love any medium you put in them. So whether it's general white cardstock, whether it's your Essentia Pearl, whether it's your mirror card, is out of this world. So we will show that. We'll just run through some later on and show you as many sort of different mediums as we can. But vellum is another one that it loves. Acetate it will go through. There's just so many different things that you can emboss. You can even emboss, let's say you've cut out shapes of leather. You can emboss leather. You can emboss your craft card, your black card. So anything like that, Ben, is a really, really good way of doing. So we're going to show a couple of really nice techniques. This one is one of our favourites. I know Sarah, this is the one she does all the time. It's her favourite. And they used to sort of call it that letterpress technique. Oh, yeah. So it's where you can take your folder. What you do need to make sure is when you run your hand across, you're finding that it's flatter, because it's the bits that are pushed in that you want to not have inked up. So what I'm going to do is take this part. So where I've got more raised amounts, I don't want to ink that up. I'm going to ink up the one that's almost like the debossed parts that are put down. And then I'm just going to take 2 colours. So I've got my honey pot and I've got my Friar Brown. I'm then just going to take my lightest colour first, and I'm just going to run this so you'll be able to see the folder really clearly. Yeah. So can you see, just running, I'm not doing anything technical, only running my folder over the top just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my dauber. So we do have these, I think either on the show or they're on the website, so you'll be able to find them. I'm just going to use these to go into places to add some ink. So popping them on here and just add in some, just really for a little bit of interest. And because it's such a gorgeous colour, we can just add that in.
Details bottom of your screen for the blending tools. So you get the tool with 10 refills, £6.50 or $8. Bargain. £4.
Yeah, that is a bargain.
Each, yeah. Is there any difference between, I mean, I know there's a difference between the round ones and the rectangular ones because there's a different shape. Silly question, Ben, but what's the reason for having, is it just preference?
It is preference and also size. So what I would say is we switch between both. If you've got quite a large element that you want to blend with, I'm going to let me bring in both so you can see them. You can see you're getting a lot of a bigger space on the square one and you're getting a rounder one on here. Now, some people say they get less marks from blending with a circle one, but my preference is the larger one. I always like to use that larger space one. Leanne's is the circle one. No, Sarah's is the circle one, Leanne's is the square one. Yeah. Because Sarah always says, why do you like the square one? I always like the round one. So it really is preference and your bigger one, but as our producer Johnny said, always go large. It is for me, that's why I like the big machine, the big Gemini, because you can then go back down to your smaller plates, but you've got the large ones if you need. So yeah, go large. But it definitely is your preference. Right, so this is our first embossing. Let's open this up. Now look how spectacular that looks.
Oh yeah.
It's so pretty. It gives you that really different effect. Now the reasons I use this colour, because I thought it looked more like a sort of stone effect, but you could also use it for like for giraffes, for sort of animal patterns. So that's just one way you can do it, just by adding simple inks to your folders. Now the other thing I'm going to show you is, and this is for me one of the coolest effects because I love playing with embossing folders, I'm going to be using our translucent clear. So this is our what I call the sticky ink. It's ink that stays sticky, and what you do is, again, I'm looking for the one that's lowered, and then what I'm going to do is just run this. Now it's quite a sticky one, you just have to rub it into your embossing folder.
Okay.
You will find this on the website, Ben, because it is not, I don't think it's on the show, but you'll definitely
but if you have a search on the website, you'll find it.
So just tapping it over, making sure it's covered. Now because you can't see it, you just want to make sure you do give that a good covering. And then what we're going to do is I'm taking my Centura Pearl and I'm going to place that in my folder, and then we will run that through. And this is a really just cool way of doing something totally different and making the front of your card look really pretty. And for me, you don't need anything else. You would just need to put a sentiment on this. Once you've got your sentiment, you put it onto the front of a card and it looks beautiful. So all I'm going to do now is I'll take this out. I mean, look at that embossing.
Yeah.
That is just
That's amazing.
Truly magnificent. I'm going to take a piece of card. There we go. I had one that I was using earlier. Let's pop that on. And then what I'm going to do is I've just got some white embossing powder. So I'm going to just sprinkle the embossing powder over the image, just down. So obviously you're putting you can see that I'm putting a lot on, but
Yeah.
it won't.
Most of it's going back in there, isn't it?
Yeah, or most of it will go back in. I mean, you'll see that's empty, but
Yeah.
once I put it back in, you'll see that you'll keep all that. Just try not to touch the sides too much. And then if you've got any bits that haven't gone on there, you can just scoop it back up. So I will put that just to the side while we pop this back into
This is
our
one of the
pot.
benefits of having to social distance now and be over the other side of the studio, because when we used to be able to stand together on the craft shows, guaranteed I would always get asked to do that bit. Well, just whilst I carry on, can you just empty this back into the pot and I get it all over the place?
I know, exactly. You can see I filled my pot back up, so there's still plenty more in there, and you've got it all in one place. But what I would say is definitely, like Ben was just saying, clear it up before anyone has the opportunity, including myself, to knock it over. And then what I'm going to do is just bring in a heat tool. You could use a hairdryer, but we do craft heat tools, not us personally, but you would be able to find one. And I'm just going to melt this, so we'll be able to see it go quite quickly. So you can start then by seeing the corner. And can you see that will start to go white there?
Oh
But
yeah,
it's just
look
an
at
effect
this.
I really love. It creates this really beautiful enamelling.
Always heat from the top, yeah?
You could do it from wherever. You could start in the middle. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I just like to follow the heat because then it tends to sort of heat better. Now, some people, I always heat over the top because I honestly don't see any difference of heating above or below. Some people like to heat from underneath, so they would do it underneath, but I think that takes forever.
Right, okay.
It's quite a slow process because you're having to go through that cardstock, where on the top you're just getting straight to that embossing powder.
Is there more of a risk of like overheating it on top or not?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you better.
I said overheating it. Is there?
Oh, good question. Yes, you can overheat. Yeah, what will happen is you'll end up just burning it.
Okay.
So as soon as it's melted, move on. Yeah, you don't stay in one place. As soon as you can see that colour changing, and you can see that colour changing there, as soon as it starts to go, you just keep moving on. But it creates the most beautiful enamelled panel.
Yeah.
And then you've just got that gorgeous, vibrant pink, or whatever cardstock you've used from behind. And it's just a really nice way of being able to create just beautiful pieces, put a sentiment on there, and that is done in one go. But look how beautiful it looks. It's just a lovely thing to do. And actually, yes, it would look beautiful in a frame. You could frame these embossing folders, put them into frames on your walls. They would just look absolutely gorgeous. So just being able to create different backgrounds.
Wow.
I mean, and we've created them in minutes from just a piece of card. They just look amazing. So,
they really
lots
do.
of ways, Ben.
Yeah, so you know, if you're going to add in your gilding waxes, embossing folders, your inks, your little daubers as well, that, as we've seen, so many different things that you are able to do with embossing folders, you know, like using that sort of letterpress technique as well. You're not just going to be embossing with these. So many different things you can do. Rosalind saying, I love 3D embossing with mirror card. Joe on Facebook saying, I embossed craft metal over the weekend. Wow, just wow. Joe, send in pictures of that, please. We want to see what you've been up to. So if you want to send in pictures of any of your recent projects. Oh, hang on a minute. Wait there. Fisher, you got your hand up. What is it?
Yes. I want to just add to that because craft metal's amazing. It's really beautiful and embosses well. I just wanted to give you a cheats way. If you can't get hold of any craft metal, use tin foil. Wrap your tin foil round a piece of cardstock and emboss it. It looks just like craft metal. It's amazing. Just a little tip there.
all these tips are amazing. What about this one? Do they have tin foil in America, did you just say, Johnny? Yeah. Must have tin foil, aluminium foil, aluminum foil, isn't it? Aluminum foil. Anna Louise saying, I'm happy for this because I have many embossing folders, but sometimes need more ideas on how to use them. Well, hopefully you picked up a lot in the first hour or so. We've got plenty more coming up. And Lynn says, oh, look at this. I embossed faux leather for an anniversary card and it worked so well. I even put some gilding wax on it as well. That's something we definitely need to chat more about, isn't it? I think over the course of the show is different things that we can emboss on as well. If you are looking for cardstocks to emboss on though, we have got some beautiful cardstocks to bring to you. These have always been popular since the day that we launched them. Right up until now. These are your pearlescent cardstocks and they're absolutely gorgeous, and I would imagine you're going to be using these when you are embossing. So 12 by 12, 24 sheets, you've got 4 different colours, so 6 of each. This is your navy and blush, $19.99 or $24.95. Hopefully you can see that you've got that beautiful, there you go, that beautiful pearlescent sheen on these and some wonderful colours as well. Take a look at that blue, absolutely gorgeous. That navy, I love. So $19.99 or $24.95 per sheet, as I say, per pad. 4 colours, 6 of each, double-sided. Then we've got your orange sunset. Again, some gorgeous colours in it. Look at that. Look at that sheen. Look at that shine. It's phenomenal, isn't it? $19.99, and here you've got your beautiful yellows, gorgeous oranges in there as well. Sort of your peaches. And then you sort of more sort of coppers in there, I suppose, but gorgeous once again with that lovely sheen. These are 250 GSM, by the way, as well. 24 sheets in each, $19.99 for your orange sunset. We've then got these lovely lilacs. Sarah's favourite. She's always cooing over these whenever she's on the show. But once again, a lovely range of colours with that pearlescent sheen really standing out. $19.99 or $24. That's one of my faves, and I say it every single time. It's like a racing green that you've got there, isn't it? Absolutely love that. $19.99 at $24.95 for your lovely lilacs. And then we have got your caramel and cream collection too. And once again, I think you're going to absolutely love these. So if it's cardstock that you're after to get embossing with, take one of these home, take a couple of these home if you can. $19.99 or $24.95 today. It is definitely worth having a good peruse around our website because our winter sale is go, 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 and we've got up to 70% off on amazing items for you. So get online, have a look around, and you can see some deals as low as a couple of pounds, a couple of dollars. And whilst we're on the talk for embossing folders, here you go, from the Rose Gold Collection. This one's the 1 1/4 by 7 inch embossing folder with that beautiful diamond lattice design. $149 or $199 $199 is your deal on that. Again, 50% saving, save even more. If you're a platinum member, another 20% coming off that. We've then got your cut and emboss folder, your decorative rose frame. $6.49 or $8.47 is your deal on that one. Again, saving 50% straight away and take another 20% off if you are a platinum member. Oh, I love this. Again, so many different designs as far as embossing folders are concerned. You know, when you think of all the different dies that you can get and different stamps that you can get, there's a heck of a range of embossing folders as well. This one is the Queen of Hearts. It measures 5 3/4 by 2 3/4. That one, $1.99 or $2.47 is the deal on that. And again, embossing folders for different sizes of machines too. You know, if you're thinking to yourself, well, I've only got a mini or I've only got a midi, you know, are there embossing folders to fit? Absolutely there are. So do have a good look at all of the range. If you love butterflies, you'll love this next one. Again, 5 3/4 by 2 3/4, the Butterfly Paradise. That again, $1.99 or $1.47. It's a half price deal. And then the Botanical Swirls. Again, all of these under £2 or $2. All of them with a 50% saving. Take off another 20% for platinum members, and they come down even further for you. Do send in pictures, as I say, loads of people saying all of these different things that you've embossed on, different materials, different projects that you've done. Send in your pictures, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we'll show those. I particularly want to see, Joe, your embossing on craft metal, send that in. Lynn, if you've got pictures of the embossed faux leather that you did on that anniversary card, want to see that as well. Mary saying, I always learn so much on these shows. I never would have thought of using the embossing powder like that. I can see using the white on a Christmas folder as well, absolutely. And Lorraine saying, wow, thank you, Debbie. So much knowledge you have. A fountain of knowledge, absolutely, is our Debbie. Now, cut and emboss folders, we are back to previewed these a little while ago, and again, proving very popular indeed. This is the deal that Debbie sorted out for you, because this is the best deal
ever!
On these folders. You're getting all 4 of them for £46 or $53. Do you know what I love about hearing it? Because it's a bigger studio, there is a little bit more of an echo in here. So when we do our best deal ever, you sort of get that little echo going on. I like it. Right, so these are going to emboss, and they're going to give you that die cut at the same time. We're going to concentrate on these in just a few moments' time. So within this collection, you're going to pay for 4. So you've got in here your birthday. You've then got this gorgeous congrats, as you can see, lovely emboss, and then the die cut as well. As we were chatting about earlier on, you look at some of these, for example, would look great, you know, just framed up in, you know, picture frames would look gorgeous as pieces of home decor, particularly that one, you know, someone who's got a new house, moving to a new home potentially, absolutely gorgeous in a picture frame with that look. So those are 4 that you're going to pay for. You're then going to get these 2 for free. This love one, I think, is gorgeous, again, with all of the detailed emboss of the hearts there, and that gorgeous love cut into the cardstock. And then again, you've got the thanks as well. All of those for £46 or $53. It's a $31.94 saving or $36.94 saving if you're in the US. But let's go over and have a look at these, because I know Debbie's got lots of samples to show us of your cut and emboss folders.
Yeah, absolutely. I do adore these, not only because they're embossing folders, but the pure fact that they cut as well. So being able to create cards like this, which look incredible, having that thanks. So not only does it give you that embossed effect, you've then got that layering where you can put pretty card behind. So that one is with the glitter card in the background. I adore this card.
Oh, wow.
How simple is this? Just by adding a little bit of decoration in your flowers and your little leaves there, but this whole folder is just done with an inked background using our Spectrum Noir inks, and then just actually creating it. And
is it raised?
It's what it's like a tunnel, or not a tunnel, a bowed front card. So you literally make this piece of card larger than the background card that you're attaching it to, and then you attach it round, so it creates that dome front.
That's
but it's
really
incredible,
cool.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really pretty and so simple. simple. You don't actually need to do any more than have a piece of ink card and it creates something spectacular. I love this one. What about using your patterned coloured cardstock behind? How effective does that look? And all that is we've used a Centura Pearl white card, and then it just literally makes that stand. It's outstanding, isn't it?
Well, again,
I can see the shock in Ben's face.
No, because my little tiny brain was looking at that going, well, how's that achieved then? So yeah, so it's literally, you've got the emboss, you've got the cut, and then it's just layered over the coloured cardstock.
Paper, yeah, in the background, and it looks incredible. Just stripy paper, yeah, absolutely amazing. I adore all of them, but this one's gorgeous too. So this is quite an unusual one. This is also one that has sort of a side bit on it. We've got that beautiful, and you're right, it really looks like that Home Alone house, doesn't it? So I felt like that the other day because I was stocking up the house, and I'd sort of text and said I'd bought sort of loo rolls and bleach and one more thing, loo rolls, bleach and something else, and I said, oh, I feel like I'm Home Alone out of the film when he says I've bought a toothbrush, soap and fabric conditioner.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a gorgeous one, that home one. Anyone that's moving home or wishing them well in their new home, it's a really nice welcome home. There's all things that we can do that. So yeah, really, really amazing. So beautiful samples that we've got there. So what we are going to do, we're going to make some sort of really simple ones just to show you how they work beautifully. Now, what I love about these sort of embossing folders is if you forget someone's birthday and you need to run up the stairs and have the quickest card possible, I'm going to show you exactly.
You sound like you're saying that from experience.
Yeah, I often do that. I'm the world's worst actually for remembering birthdays. I have to have a calendar with everyone's birthdays on. If you take a card blank, so I've got this beautiful mirrored one. I've just cut into a 5 by 7 inches. So just a standard card blank. So we've all got cardstock around, so you can just have your card blank. Then what you would do is take your embossing folder and emboss it straight into the front of that card. So I'm just going to lay my card down so that's straight in the folder, and then we're going to run that through. Now, because I've got my, I've just dropped everything on the floor. Because we've got our Gemini, I'm going to go switch to my big plates because that's making it quite big. Again, it's a 2D, this is good because I can tell you something else now. We're going to 2D folders. So 2D folders, as we were saying at the beginning, are thinner folders. So these are quite thin. So what you need is to change your platform. If you don't have a Gemini, you will have all the instructions in your own booklet with your machine. But the Gemini needs the top and base cutting plates. So we're just going to take the bottom one, place our folder inside, take the top one and pop it on top. I mean, it could not be simpler than that. There's no worrying about what platforms that you have to use. If you've got the Gemini MIDI, I had to think which one it was then. If you've got the Gemini MIDI, all you would need is the plastic shim folder that comes with it to put through with this, and it would go through no problem at all. And then if we lift this up, now look at this.
Come on, that's brilliant.
But also, and I didn't want that to come out, I wanted that to stay in there because I just want to show you a little trick. One of the bits have come out, it's in there, that's fine. But if you wanted to use this birthday, I'm just going to grab I did have a tape, there we go. So your low tack tape, I'm just going to take enough off so it's big enough, lay that across those words. And then what you can do is when you turn it over, you can push these words out that have all cut. So let me find my pokey tool. There it is. If you gently take these out, it's just, it takes a little bit of time, but it's a really good tip to actually take your words out and keep that onto the tape attached there. That little bit there.
I love the fact that on this particular show we're sort of going from, sort of quite sort of basic ideas and kind of going through more sort of intermediate ideas as well, and lots of different hints and tips and things that you can do with these too, and all of the different materials you can use, the different cardstock that you can use as well. I just think it's really, really interesting, and another one of those shows that you can save to your playlist. I think you can definitely do that on YouTube, can't you? Like create your own little playlist and save your favourite shows that you can go back to. So again, these masterclasses I always think are absolutely brilliant brilliant for doing that. And this is one certainly you can refer back to time and again. As always, if you've got a question that you want to ask in the last hour, then make sure you do, and we'll put that to our Debbie before 3 o'clock.
So I'm just popping the bits in that have just popped out, just
Yep.
so I can get them in the, it will all make sense in a second. So popping them all back in so they come out onto the tape. And then when we lift the tape off, there we go, just taking that off there, making sure all the bits have come through. They will all come out onto the tape.
All right.
So then when let me find myself a black piece of cardstock, because what that will do is highlight them. When you put them, let's turn this round. When you put them then straight across, you are getting that perfectly done on there. So I'm leaving that on there, but what you would do is glue the back. So that's what I did. I'm putting it down thinking I haven't glued them, have I? But what I could do, Ben, I'm going to bring in my dotty tape pens. Do we have the dotty tape pens?
Yep, on the website, if you have a look, they're in stock currently.
I'm just going to go across with the dotty tape pen. I don't need to worry about it going on the glue.
6 for £24.95 currently, if you want
There we
to stock
go.
on your tape pens, your dotty ones.
And then I'm just going to rub that in. Because I've got low tack tape, I don't need to worry about that, but I'm not rubbing in those gaps, just making sure those glue bits go down. And then when you pull this across, you've then got your birthday.
Awesome.
So apart from the one bit that we were missing, which is this bit here, which we can put into place just there, you've actually got your birthday in a straight line, and that's your words out of there. But what you've also got is this beautiful card. Let me just grab another black piece of card to put on the inside. You've actually created a birthday card. If we just bring that forward, you've actually created that to give to someone straight away. Now, I know I took a long time taking the birthday out, but you could just take the letters out and you've got that to give to someone within literally 20 seconds of putting it through your machine.
That is literally, like you said, like someone's popped to your house, you've forgotten it's their birthday, you'd be like, oh, hang on a minute, I just need to pop to the loo. And then up you go, run it through your machine, birthday card, done and dusted in a matter of seconds. That's great. But then also great for the fact that you're keeping the letters to then create something else. It's just so versatile, these. I love that on the mirror card as well. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks so good, doesn't it? So the other thing we can do is take some of our ink pads. So I'm just taking our fuchsia and our lemon tonic, and we can start to mix them together. So what I'm going to do is just go into my lemon tonic, and I'm going to add that beautiful colour. So we're just going to take that onto here. Isn't it gorgeous? I do love this lemon tonic.
The lemon tonic, more often than not, I would say like 99% of the time comes out. I think it's probably the favourite of all of our crafters, the lemon tonic.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Certainly Fiona.
Mine are always the same ones. It's fuchsia, lemon tonic, and parakeet.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's fuchsia. I think fuchsia's. I think that's Fiona, isn't it? Fuchsia, lemon tonic, and parakeet. Yeah.
Yeah,
yes, Chinese red's the other one, which we see quite a lot.
Yeah, Chinese red. So I'm now switching to the fuchsia. And what it is, you get used to. I just want to get myself a piece of kitchen towel. I like to just keep, because otherwise your fingerprints will go onto it. So I just like to hold that in place. But what I really love about these, look, if I start mixing this into that lemon tonic, we're going to get that orange in between. So, which just looks really nice. And we can come back and blend our yellow into there. But then we've got that beautiful pink. It's just a really nice, unique way of using your ink pads and then embossing onto that as well.
And again, like you say, this sort of technique gives you almost like a unique design each and every time, doesn't it, really? You're never going to get something that's just quite the same every time.
Yeah, totally.
I love those
So I'm just going to switch back to the lemon, and we're just going to blend that in a bit better. So adding this in, and what this will do is just give us a really nice vivid background. I'm going to place that, in fact I think we'll use our congrats, place that into here. So what you will find, as soon as you open your folder, make sure where your cutting dies are on the inside, they go down into your card.
Yeah.
And I do say that because I've forgotten to do that myself, and then it's not cut out, and I wondered, well, it's cut out back to front. So I'm just going to place that where, making sure like I get all those letters in, and then we will run those through. So I can switch back to my Gemini junior folders because it's just the small folder, and run that through. And all that's doing is just giving me extra seconds to show you extra things. So running that through, again, that will cut. Okay, right, that's good. Didn't do anything, did it, Ben?
I didn't
do a thing?
No, why did it
What
not?
did I do wrong, Ben?
What did you do wrong? Oh, you didn't put the extra...
Yeah, I didn't use the right platform.
The shim, the platform, yeah, see?
Yes.
I was going to tell you at the start there, but I want you to make your own mistake there and learn from your...
I did it on purpose to see if Ben knew what I was doing wrong.
And I failed miserably.
So I just got to bring in my other plate. So we need our top and bottom cutting plates.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say, but I was too busy. I was looking at the comments we got coming in, and Johnny was telling me about the pictures that we're going to show me. If I'd have watched, I would of course jumped on that straight away.
I know you would have done. As soon as it didn't cut, I realised. And then this will cut out. I mean, look at this. This is so beautiful. Again, let's bring in this black one. And oh, we've got another one there.
Congrats.
Let's turn that round. Congrats, yeah. Conrats or conrats. But look how pretty it looks. It's really lovely. And then add some gilding wax to the actual 2D embossing on the bottom there, and it will just highlight that beautifully. It's just amazing.
So many great ideas. I mean, a snapshot of the comments coming in are amazing. These are amazing, says M. Waitsman on YouTube, and so easy to make cards with that look so beautiful. Lynn saying, I've sent a photo in of my card. Oh, cool, and hopefully we'll see that very shortly. Sue saying, what a great idea using the tape to keep the spacing right. I tried to hand place each piece and it never looked right. So, well, now you've got that tip and you can use that, Sue, which is brilliant. Marilyn's just asking, before we go on to have a look at pictures, what was the cardstock that you were using? I don't know what that demo refers to, whether that was the last one or the one before.
Well, both actually, both the black cardstock, the mirror cardstock we've probably got on the web, it's just standard mirror, which is 300 GSM, and the white stamping card, which we've just used in that demo. You could also use watercolour card, they're all 300 GSM.
Okie dokie. Tootsie Lemon saying, that is the happiest suit ever on YouTube. It's quite happy, isn't it? It's a hot suit, that much I will tell you for nothing. And we had a message here as well from, who was it? It was Stephanie saying, Ben, did you watch National Lampoon Christmas Vacation last night? I did my Christmas quiz last night and there was a round on Christmas movies. And one of the movies that came up was Christmas Vacation, National Lampoon. Have you ever seen that one? Christmas
my
movie?
favourite.
Oh, is it?
We used to put it on every year, although this year we watched Home Alone, but we used to put it on every year to put up the Christmas decks. Christmas Vacation, Chevy Chase, every time.
Oh, so it's worth a watch then?
Yeah, oh, have you not seen it?
Never seen it, no.
Oh my goodness, Ben, it's so fun. I love it. It's one of my favourite, that and Elf, I do love Elf, but it's one of my favourite Christmas films. Every year that comes out.
The kids will love it, will they?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, they'll love it. Yeah, they'll absolutely love it. It's very funny.
Well, there you go. Well, thank you all for your suggestions. I shall watch that a little bit later on. I did have some, because I did the quiz, I was going to ask some of the questions that I asked last night on the show today. But I tell you what, we'll save it for 4 o'clock. We'll do some crafting and I'll do some quiz questions for you as well, for a bit of a Christmas quiz here. If you played last night, don't answer all the questions again, because obviously you know all the answers. Susan was our winner last night, by the way. I must say congratulations to Susan Rushton, who won my little crafty quiz. And as if we rehearsed this, the first picture that we're going to see is our quiz winner from last night, Susan, who's been doing some gorgeous embossing. Absolutely love that. Is that onto card, or is that onto metal? It's amazing, like craft metal. Looks gorgeous. A studded leather dangle snowflake card.
What am I doing?
Wow.
Oh, sorry. I looked at the wrong one then.
Susan, I love that. Sorry, Debbie was just looking at what's coming up next, which features Debbie on the telly. There's you on the telly.
I look like I'm getting ready to strangle someone.
Probably me. Yeah, there's only me here. And some beautiful embossing onto boxes. That's a great idea, isn't it? Trinket boxes.
That's such a nice idea, yeah. And gilding wax on them just makes it even more special. Yeah, they are great gifts to send put your presents in and send to someone.
Absolutely. Yeah, thinking out of the box, as it were, with these. Rosalind Russell sending in her picture. gilding wax embossing on a canvas as well.
Yeah, see, I love a bit of mixed media. That looks gorgeous. I mean, she's used shells there. That's a great medium to put your gilding wax on. You've got, looks like a brass buckle. Yeah, all those things you can apply the gilding wax to. That's amazing, Rosalind.
I love all of these. And there we go. We asked for pictures of decorations, Christmas trees as well. Betsy has got her Christmas decoration up from us. That's our Christmas decoration for this year. Those are still available, by the way. And I'll tell you more about our raffle a little bit later on, but you can get your hands on one of those by taking part in our raffle as well. But glad to see, Betsy, that you've got our Christmas ornament up on your tree, looking very splendid. Love that. Linda Southern has also sent in a picture here. So this again is using one of the cut and emboss folders. Absolutely brilliant. Love that again. And again, these are so different, aren't they? The different folders that we've got for lots of different seasons, lots of different birthdays and anniversaries and all these kind of things. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful Christmas card there, Linda. Thank you. And yes, so this is Lynn's picture. So she sent in a message earlier on, embossing faux leather for an anniversary card. And Lynn just saying it works so well, but even put some gilding wax on it too. That is fantastic, Lynn. I'm so glad that you were able to show that to us. Happy wedding anniversary, Mummy and Daddy. I love that. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for sending in all of these pictures. And isn't it great that we're able to kind of share and inspire everybody and again, show you just how amazing these embossing folders are and just how versatile they are. Lots of questions as well about the picture that I've got behind me. Now, the story with this basically is, this is one of my wife's Christmas presents, and I didn't know until about a week ago. One of our new directors, Charlotte, is a bit of a dab hand when it comes to pencil sketching and drawing, and she was showing us some of her pictures on her Instagram account. I'll tell you about it in a minute. And I said to her, wow, do you reckon you could, before Christmas, do a drawing of my dog, Mac? And this is what she's come up with. It took her 10 hours to do this. It is absolutely amazing. Take a look at that. She brought it in today. I can't tell you just how, it's like a photograph. I can't believe how good that is. So she brought it in today. I was saying before, because the guys were, oh, are you sure you're going to show? What about if Laura, your wife, is watching? I said, oh, she won't be. Literally within about 5 minutes of starting this show, a little message popped up on the tablet from her. I was like, oh no, she's watching. She isn't watching though, thankfully. She was just telling me that they're making gingerbread houses back at my place. But again, it's gorgeous, isn't it? It's absolutely lovely. If you want to find out more about our Charlotte's artwork, she is charlotte.astrid.artwork on Instagram, charlotte.astrid.artwork. Absolutely brilliant. Love that. Right. We are all about the embossing folders, aren't we, on our masterclass? 45 minutes left. So what I would say is, any more questions that you want to get in, please send those in. Anything you want to comment on as well. I reckon about 35 minutes or so, and then we'll do the draw for our 2 winners about 10 minutes before the end of the show. All you got to do is comment, and we're giving away £20 or $20 worth to spend with us here at Crafters Companion, Facebook and YouTube. And any more pictures, of course, you can send those in to us at studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Right, we are back over to Debbie. What we're going to be looking at now?
So I thought, I do get questions asked about being able to do a letterpress technique inside cut and emboss folders. So the answer to that is yes, you can. What it means is, because you've got these raised cutting dies, it means you're going to be just putting the ink over them. It could also mean that you would stain these pads. So inside each of the cutting dies, you actually have almost like a sponge. So that's what stops it's what helps to cut down, to actually bed your card into and be able to reach. Because when you think about it, we have a raised cutting die here, and the card needs to go down to be able to emboss these lines. So what happens, you've got this sponge. So I'm going to be using the Fryer Brown, and I'm actually going to be using Craft Card. I think it just makes a really nice effect when you are using, especially the home one. So all I'm going to do is, like you would normally do, is go across the top. So we're just rubbing that across. Now, can you see I'm actually inking up my words. Now, if you wash that with warm soapy water and dry it afterwards, that will go completely.
Oh, good.
But you might find that some of the ink may stain. It won't make a difference to your embossing folder. It won't make a difference to your dies. It might just stain, that's all. So I'm just going to bring in then my tool that I was using earlier and just gently, almost lift it off. I'm just going to put sort of these lines, just taking it on and off. And then I'm going to place my craft card inside the folder, just making sure that's covered, and then pop that on top. So it's only quite subtle, but it just gives a really nice effect.
Is letterpressing something that has fallen out of favour with the crafters then? It's not something I see that often, or is it something that people think is difficult to do?
Embossing folders? Yes, I think for a long time. I remember when I first started crafting, embossing folders were at the height of crafting.
Yeah.
In fact, Ben, when I first started with Crafters Companion, which is nearly 8 years ago, I didn't even own a die cutting machine.
Oh, really?
So I mean, that's not really a long time ago.
Were die cutting machines around as much as they are now, though, 8 years ago?
No, I mean, they just started coming in. So
Yeah.
we just started, because we really, as a company, Crafters Companion, started out with our scoreboards and the Ultimate Pro, and then CD crafting. CD crafting was huge.
Was it?
Yeah, absolutely huge. Everybody had, I've still got so many CDs, it's unbelievable. CD-ROMs, so all crafting was done from CD-ROMs, cutting everything out, and also hunky-dory. So hunky-dory were the people that I started to use, and you had all your toppers and taking out and making all your cards. So that's where my journey started. And then it was only when I become a member of Crafters Companion, they asked me if I'd like to start using dies to incorporate then into the CD-ROMs, because we had a lot of CD-ROMs that they then started bringing dies out to go with them.
Yeah.
And then it sort of, the whole crafting world turned over, and we suddenly become this nation of die cutters, and everybody was die cutting. And then embossing folders become really big.
Yeah.
So I remember we had 8x8 embossing folders, we had A4 embossing folders, really big embossing folders. Yeah, comment and let us know where your crafting journey started, because it would be really interesting if anyone started with CD-ROMs and the scoreboard, which is likely where that's all come from. But I would say, yeah, and then embossing folders sort of eased out a bit because die cutting becomes so massive in the craft industry. So, but now it's definitely coming back. Right, so let's take a look at this. How amazing does this look? It looks like a wall plaque.
Does.
Now that's keeping the letters in, because it's actually, can you see, most of that's come off, but that will wash off. So please don't worry about contaminating. And even if you do sort of dye these a little bit, if they do look a bit dyed, it won't affect any of your crafting. And then if we take these out, you've then got that beautiful effect. And really, that in itself, that's a card, isn't it? Put that onto the card front. It looks amazing. All I've used is a little bit of ink on top of that, which really does look incredible. Now, someone wrote in earlier, left a comment saying that they'd used craft metal.
They certainly did.
So I thought, only fair to... oh, well, I won't show it. We'll look at Joanne's picture, shall we? Have we got Joanne's picture ready?
Here we go. This is Joanne's picture that she mentioned earlier on.
Oh, Joanne,
fantastic.
That's amazing. How incredible is that? Now, what's really special, and I'm going to show you this with a piece of craft metal, is just how, in fact, I don't really want to show it on these. I think it would look better on the 3D folders that we've got, because what Joanne's used there is a 3D folder.
Okay.
So it would work on there, but I've only got one piece. I was only able to find one piece. So we'll use that on there. So I'm just going to switch my demo out. And actually, instead of craft metal, let's use that beautiful rainbow coloured card, and we'll just run that through. So we haven't done the love one yet, have we? Shall we give this one a cut?
So whilst we're doing that as well, so just list off a few things. So as far as embossing is concerned, what kind of things can we emboss on? Because obviously we've heard of like different cardstock, we've heard faux leather and craft metal.
Yep.
Lots of other things as well?
Yeah, so any sort of medium. I tell you what is really nice. What I do love to do is look around the house, see all your packaging, so cereal boxes,
Oh,
inside of cereal boxes. They're absolutely perfect for embossing. They just look incredible.
Yeah.
Things like, do you know you get inside a cardboard box, you get corrugated cards,
Oh, yeah.
which you wouldn't really think would look good, but because you've already got that corrugatedness, when you put it through an embossing folder, I have to get some of that so we can show you. When you then emboss into that as well, it gives the most uniqueness background, especially if you love mixed media. That's perfect for doing that. Tin foil's another good one. You can attach that to card. Leather, yeah, faux leather, real leather, anything like that you can put through is amazing. Double your card, so we will do that as well. We'll use a small piece of card when we get back to, I think we're probably going to return to the 3D folders in a little while. We'll show that as well, how you can put 2 pieces of card through and still get that beautiful embossing. So let's just have a look at this one, Ben. We've got that beautiful love heart. Everything just looks amazing. I was trying to find a piece of white card to pop over there. So putting that on. I love the fact that it, love the fact.
Hey, see what we did there?
Yeah, there we go. I didn't do it on purpose either though, Ben. So you've got all this beautiful hearts decoration at the top, and then you've just got this lovely sort of love there. And then if you want to, you could actually put some glue around the edges and sprinkle some glitter.
Ooh, yeah.
Or add a little love heart die cut. But how gorgeous does that look? You know, we have weddings, weddings, Valentine's Day, engagements, all those sort of things that come up during the year. So it's a really nice folder just to have in your crafty stash.
Absolutely, and again, stick a frame around that, and a wonderful gift idea for somebody as well. You know, we're obviously always thinking cards, aren't we? But again, with these cut and emboss folders, you really can just create some beautiful home decor pieces as well. £46, $53 for the lot. I'll recap on the whole bundle in just a second, but I know Debbie's got one more demo to show us on this front, so we'll have a look at that first.
Yeah, definitely. So what I thought, I was miles away then in thought. I just like to worry the crew, that's all it is. They're like, what's Debbie doing? So again, I'm going to just show you how easy it is to create these and push them into actual cardstock. So again, I've got a piece of Centura this time, which we're just going to cut in half. I love Centura. It's the most sort of nicest thing that you can emboss into. All you need to do is to, add your cardstock in between. So just using a 5x7 card. What we're going to do this time, we're just going to do this, and then we're going to use our Gilding Wax again to actually go into the front. What I will do is I'm just going to put the whole thing through this time, just fold it over. Hopefully that will take.
Sorry, are you talking about, what are you talking about in the gallery just now? I know what you just said. Are you talking about embossing food? Did you hear that? Adam, our director, has just asked, could you emboss beef jerky? What are you talking about?
Well, actually, I mean, I don't know about beef jerky, but I do know. No, don't laugh, Ben.
Just the way he just came out with it, he just went, beef jerky? I was like, what?
You sounded just like him then.
Yeah, he's from Scotland.
Actually, you didn't sound just like Adam because I understood you.
Oh, let's all pick on Adam now, shall we? Because he's from Liverpool. Anyway, beef jerky. Beef jerky?
So, yeah, not beef jerky. That was terrible.
That was pretty good. Anyway, talk about beef jerky, yeah.
No, I don't know about beef jerky, but I know a lot of people that use it. I mean, obviously, if you're going to use it for food, you don't want to use it for your crafting as well, for hygiene, so keep it just for your food. But a lot of people do emboss their icing. So their royal icing, they can put that through on the folder and that will emboss their icing.
Well, do you know what, Adam, I would say if people are embossing their icing, you get some of these today and get embossed in your jerky. Let us know how you get on. Send in your pictures.
I've only ever had beef jerky crisps, so I don't actually even know what beef jerky is in.
It's just like strips of dried meat, isn't it? Do you know what? No word of a lie. I can't believe we're now talking about beef jerky. But the other day, when was it? It was on, what day is it today? Monday. It was Saturday. I went to the supermarket and I was buying a few bits and pieces, and I saw, because it's normally sort of like hanging in the snack aisle, isn't it? And I saw vegan beef jerky, because I don't eat meat. And I had some vegan jerky for the first time the other day. It was very nice, it was too. Oh, Adam, our director's eating beef jerky now currently. Not while we're live. No, obviously he's not eating it. He's not eating it now. He's got some for later on.
Well, I was actually thinking, bring some in, let me try.
Well, I know, me too. It's all right, Adam. Debbie was drinking Baileys yesterday during the show, so, you know, she wasn't.
Right, we're going to get back on to actually not embossing beef jerky or icing. We're going to emboss this card, which we've just done. So I'm going to open this up. You can see it's created all our little love hearts at the top. I mean, how pretty does that look? And if we just lift that up, that's then took away all our cutting. That is, I mean, that in itself, just to be able to take away the actual cut there, we're going to... And then I'm going to go back to, marzipan. Sorry, they're talking in my ear and they're saying marzipan. All you crafters, you're very crafty out there. You're embossing marzipan and all sorts.
Dear oh dear, if there's anybody that embosses anything slightly out of the ordinary, let's just say, do get in touch and let us know. We'll start a list. Nettie New says, I emboss tissue paper. Looks really special when someone unwraps their present. That's a lovely idea. I like that. It's all those sort of added touches, isn't it? The things that kind of make those presents and gifts extra special, isn't it, really? Yeah, absolutely. And actually, it is something, it's weird, isn't it? Because we have a little bit of a mindset where we, when I do a Gemini, when we're demonstrating the Gemini, we then use tissue paper in the demo to show that. But yeah, I'm doing an embossing show and didn't even think about embossing tissue paper. So thank you for putting in that comment, because you're right, tissue paper is so special. If you emboss it, spray a little bit of your favourite perfume as well. It's so nice when people open it and they get that aroma, and then you've also got beautiful embossed tissue paper. Spray a bit of Brute on it, lovely.
I thought that's what you had on, Ben.
Brute? No, I'm not wearing it today. What did you just call me? Oh, Old Spice.
You brute.
Do you know, the hilarious thing is that loads of people are loving the crafting and now cooking tips as well. Anila saying, is this a cookery show now? LOL, embossing icing and all. Well, I tell you what.
You are in the kitchen.
Well, I am, yeah. I am in the kitchen, on the kitchen set. So, you know, who knows? The beef jerky cooking show with Adam could be coming your way soon in the new year here on Crafters TV.
And there we go. So just adding that little bit of light touch there, it just looks amazing. Just such an easy way to use those embossing folders. So cut and emboss them, and remember they are buy 4, but you get 2 of them for free, which is
Some
amazing.
people, Debbie, would say that is the best deal
ever. Oh, I'm there.
I love our Debbie. I love Debbie. I love everybody. I love all the gang, actually. They make me laugh. I tell you what, they do make me laugh. Some of the random stuff, honestly, that we get talking about. You come into these shows, you know, all prepped, all professional, and then you never quite know, you know, with 90 minutes into a show, what you're going to be talking about. I can tell you, I did not expect today to be talking about embossing beef jerky, but there you go. That's the crafting journey that we take you on here at Crafters TV. Right, let's talk about this best deal ever then very quickly, because it is phenomenal. Oh, do you know what? A lot of those sort of demos there, but I just saw with Debbie, I know I said it and I'll say it again, I just think, you know, cut and emboss these, whack them in a picture frame, they look absolutely brilliant. Maybe not the birthday one, you know, but things like the home, things like the love as well. And it's so simple again, if you're a new viewer, like we've had lots of newbies joining us recently, these are the kind of collections that can make you look like a very experienced crafter very, very quickly indeed, because it's all about the design that you've got with these, the fact that you're going to get that cut, you're going to get that emboss each and every time. And I love, again, the demo. Loads of people love that demo that Debbie showed us of just using the cut from the words to pop onto another project as well. So many different ideas. There's never any waste. And isn't it great to also hear that you can use these on so many different materials as well? That, again, perfect for me. You know, your choice of cardstock, your choice of material, get it into a picture frame. That is going to look phenomenal. You've got 4 of those that you're paying for. These are the 2 that you're going to get free. That gorgeous love that we saw just a few moments ago there. Again, get your gilding waxes in onto the emboss to really accentuate that. It's going to look gorgeous. And then you've got your thanks in there as well. Best deal ever on these. Thanks to our Debbie. If you want to take all of those home today. £46, $53. You're saving almost £32, almost $37 today on that collection. It really is phenomenal. And as you can see, what a great masterclass from Debbie, showing us all of the different things that we can do with our embossing folders. We'll come back to the 3D embossing folders in just a second. I do want to remind you very quickly of our raffle that we're doing. It's always nice, I think, to be able to support a charity, and the Bradley Lowry Foundation is a really, really special charity here in the UK. If you want to find out more about all the great work they do, it's all on our website. But we are raising money for them this year. They're our charity of the year, and we're running a little raffle where for just £2 or $3 a ticket, you can enter. If you want to find out the details, just search Bradley Lowry Raffle on our website. Get your tickets, and then all profits from those tickets will go to the foundation to help with the brilliant work that they do. And the brilliant thing for you is you are then in with a shout of bagging yourself that amazing crafting bundle worth over £530, over $680. There's a Gemini MIDI in there, there's dies, there's stamps, there's markers in there. It is a really huge bundle. And of course, if you decide you want to maybe get a couple of tickets, if you buy 2 or more, there you go, details at the bottom of the screen there, you will receive a free stocking decoration as well. So we'd love you to support that if you can. Thank you in advance for your generosity, and the winner will be drawn on Creative Cravings this Wednesday, all right, during the 4 o'clock show. So if you've already got your tickets, keep your fingers crossed, it could be you winning that bundle. All right, let's come back to the 3D embossing folders, because again, these are absolutely phenomenal. I think this is a stunning deal as well. You talk about the best deal ever on the cut and emboss folders. These are brilliant. So as we've learned, these 3D embossing folders are going to give you that textured finish, going to give you that kind of sort of different layer of emboss to really accentuate the emboss that you get with these, and they are just absolutely stunning. The fact that you've got that sort of background running through there, and then the way that the emboss pops off the page on your gossamer lace is absolutely amazing. So all 6 of these you're going to get. Again, look at that. We saw a little demo earlier on with this, which is the Lavish Leopard. It's all about adding that finishing touch to all of your projects, giving yourself something which is just going to be so eye-catching. This is that vintage scroll once again. As we keep saying, do you know what, if you can get some gilding wax, particularly with these, to add into your basket as well, they're just going to allow you to create some amazing effects. I think that might be now my favourite in this collection, the Peony Bouquet. Once again, so easy to achieve. In combination with your Gemini machine, you straight off the bat can achieve designs like this. That is your climbing ivy. Love that ivy frame there, and again you've almost got that sort of trellis background there with the ivy really coming to the fore. And then last but by no means least in this collection, look at that. Again, the different level of emboss that you've got with that really allows that butterfly to jump off the page. £32 or $46 for that collection. It is a 20% saving on that today. Lots of lovely messages coming in. Marilyn on YouTube saying, gorgeous home cards, Debbie. I think you just made this set jump into my cart. Well, that's good to know. That's what we're here for. Thank you for all the great ideas, Debbie, says Michelle. Bernie on YouTube says paper napkins emboss well, makes them special. Yeah, again, what a great idea. You know, for Christmas, for birthdays, for special occasions, embossing paper napkins. I love that idea. And Sarah on Facebook saying, Debbie and Ben, you're always so much fun to watch. You managed to get me to smile, so thank you. Well, that is all good. If we can inspire you, we love it. If we can make you smile and laugh, we absolutely love that as well. That is what we are here for. But we're also here, as I say, to inspire. So let's get back to some more demos, looking at these 3D embossing folders. Are we going back to the metal here, did you say? Yes, so I do want to do a demo where we can create a background. So okay. I haven't really done that, but I did want to just show you the craft metal. So I'm going to use that beautiful butterfly one. So you can hear that that's craft metal, but like I say, a cheats version, and try it because it really does work, is use tin foil or aluminium foil and just place that over card, and it will work a treat. But craft, if you've got craft metal, it's always a great thing to emboss because it really does give you outstanding details. So switching back my plates, I have my plastic shim, my magnetic shim, and my top plate. I'm going to sandwich my folder between that and then run that through the Gemini. So what the machine is going to do, that's why the Gemini was called a Gemini, funny enough, because it's a dual machine. So it die cuts and it embosses, just in case anyone, little fun fact there, if you wondered why it was called a Gemini.
And then I'm gonna, I mean, look at this.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, I mean, the level of embossing that you get on there is amazing.
Look at the detail.
I
Look at the wings, for
honestly,
example.
and even the deboss, that's the deboss on the back. So
Wow.
that's all more pushed in because it's raised. But isn't it incredible? And the nicest thing with craft metal is you can then, I don't know if I've got a pen at hand, let me have a look.
What are you after?
Well, I was just going to say, actually, I'll tell you what we have got. We've got metallic markers.
Oh.
You can use, I mean, I've got the metallic at hand. It's just, I'm not in our Spectrum Noir section. But if you use an alcohol pen, you can colour onto craft metal. But you can actually colour onto here and actually bring out that colour. I mean,
Oh, fantastic.
How fabulous is that? Yeah, just really amazing.
Does that just dry naturally again, does it?
Yeah, just dry completely.
Wow.
Yes.
And here we go. As Debbie won't see this because she's concentrating on her colouring, but we are zooming in. Thanks to our new craft studios here, we've got the ability to take you right in to the action. Look at that.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I'm not sure if I like it though because I haven't got my glasses on, so it'll probably
come
out.
Where are your glasses?
It'll
you put
probably
them on
be
yesterday.
awful. Oh, I know. You keep making me put my glasses on, Ben.
Well, I think you look nice in your glasses. You said you're not fond of wearing your glasses.
No, I don't like wearing glasses.
Where are they?
I
think you should put them on.
I should put them on because I would be
Isn't
able
this funny?
to
I'm
see
telling you to put your
they're
glasses
here.
on. I've got contact lenses in because my eyes are terrible, and as a lot of you will know, I was wearing reading glasses for a while for doing these shows, but then I went to the optician. He told me off because the glasses that I've got apparently are too strong, my reading glasses. So he said, no, you can't keep wearing them. So I've not got to wear mine. But look at Debbie's glasses. I think she looks lovely with the glasses on. I like them.
I just don't like wearing glasses. I think it's when you're not used to something, it's harder, isn't it? So, but I can actually see now.
Well, you can see what you're doing, which is a benefit.
I know. Look, I can actually. I won't go out the lines now. Yeah. I remember once that happened to me. I was on Creating Craft and I didn't have my glasses and I was colouring away, and it was only when later on I rewatched the show, because at the time we was always told go back and watch yourself.
Yeah.
And I rewatched the show and oh my goodness, the colouring was atrocious.
Oh,
really? I was going all out of the lines. And I think I was just so nervous at the time because I was sort of new. It was awful.
Had no one sort of hinted to you?
And no one had told me, no.
No.
I know, so I should really wear them. So I'll just do that little bit of colouring, but look how effective that is.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks amazing that we can create that with any of your alcohol pens, your metallic pens. See, I put glasses on, turn into a different person, so that's why I don't wear them. So that's one way. Now, creating backgrounds, one of the best fun things to do is using, so I'm going to be using my aqua tints. So I've got 3 little pots here that I'm going to use. I'm going to bring in some watercolour cardstock, and all I'm going to do is spritz it. So I'm going to use my little spritzer, water spritzer, and we're just going to spray the card. You want your card to be wet.
Okay.
So not absolutely dripping wet, but you do need it. You can see on the surface there that we've got that really sort of wet. Let's see if we can get the lights. Probably not, because the lights are so bright in here, but I know I've got a really wet surface.
Yes.
I can then go in with my colours. So let's take our first colour, and I'm just going to splodge into that wetness. And then I'm just going to pick up different colours.
Ooh, okay.
And just use that.
This is the kind of craft I like, sort of messy craft,
Messy
where you're not having to be measuring anything or being too specific with things.
Yeah, totally. So I'm just going to bring in a bit.
Just whilst you're doing that, and whilst I don't forget, just going back to the craft metal for a second, Susan, our quiz winner from last night, says, could you run craft metal in the embossing folder through the MIDI?
Yes, absolutely.
You could?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so just put in some more orange into place. Ooh. Now that will dry lighter.
Yeah.
It will take too long to dry. And what you're then going to do is I'm going to take some sea salt.
Oh,
now,
wow.
by taking sea salt, when you spread it on, you'll start to see it sort of develop straight away. What the sea salt does is it sucks up all the water and it leaves all these watermarks. So I'm going to bring these bits of card in that I've already done. And can you see where your salt goes? those, it creates these pools that almost look like coral. So that will dry a lot lighter and you'll get this effect when it's dry. So I'm going to pop that to one side. I don't want it to get anywhere.
And then you keep your salt after as well, don't you?
Yes, because your salt then you can use for shaker cards. Absolutely. You're learning well.
I
Ben,
know.
aren't
Sometimes
you?
I do listen, you know.
He does.
Only sometimes.
Only sometimes. I'm just going to put my brushes away. Do you know what? I don't know if anyone's done any colouring shows yet, but I'm so frightened to make a mess anywhere.
Our other Debbie, the other day was saying about that. I think the first show she got in here was like showed loads of inks and stuff, and she was so nervous about making a mess. Brand new studio as of Wednesday last week, of course. And yeah, everyone's scared of like touching anything, making a mess. And of course, as I keep saying, you're already seeing like a snapshot of the studio that we've got here, because we've got loads of other different sets to bring to you, which we will reveal over time. So it is very, very exciting indeed. I think basically they don't trust us. They want to keep us in like sort of 2 areas of the studio so we don't make a mess everywhere, you know. They'll sort of do it gradually over the course of the next few weeks.
Right, so once we've got that and it's dry, so make sure it's thoroughly dry, because obviously, I mean, if you're putting it through the MIDI knot, so it doesn't, well, it's still not really good to put anything wet through it, but definitely not through your electronic machine. I'm just feeling the surface to where I need it so that I know this is the raised pit that's pushing in. So I can pop my piece of card in there and run that through. So again, a 3D folder, all you need is your plastic shim, your magnetic shim and your top plate, and that will just give you the perfect combination for your plates to run through. Any machine that you've got that's not the Gemini, just look in your user manual and it will have all full instructions for that there. But look how gorgeous this now looks. Not only, I mean, you can't see that very clearly, but I'm going to add some gilding wax.
Yes.
But you've got a really beautiful part there. But if you wanted to use a different shape, cut your shape out and then you could emboss that as well. And I'll show you my finished card after that, but I am going to just apply some gilding wax. And let's go for, I think this is the, I can't, well, glasses.
I'll put your glasses on. Is that the antique gold, is it?
It could be the antique gold. It's, it's Renaissance.
Renaissance.
Yeah, Renaissance. Yeah, Renaissance.
So just to say as well, so this again, so it might not sound like a silly question. So if you're wanting to kind of emboss something which is smaller than the embossing folder, it's all right to put something smaller into the embossing folder. What am I trying to say? You're not going to damage the embossing folder if you don't fill it out.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. It's going to look amazing. So we can do that as well. I mean, I can run that through, but my finished card has got that topper on. And the reason why you want to, what I love about embossing folders is you can also use, you can use it to make like panels for your card or small parts. You might want to just emboss over some lettering. So like if you cut out your large alphabets, you can then emboss them. Yesterday we had Sharon Callis, the quilling flowers.
Yes.
You could run them through and actually had textured petals. So you could run them through your embossing folder. So they all look amazing. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use, I better grab another piece. I don't want to knock all my inks over. That would be terrible if I made a mess with the ink. I'm just going to give these a rub.
Oh yeah.
Because when you rub them, not only does that set the actual gilding wax, when I then wiggle it, you'll be able to see how shiny that actually is. You see
absolutely.
I haven't put a lot on there, but you can see.
Just a hint of it, yeah.
Yeah, it
gorgeous.
Is so gorgeous. Yeah, really lovely. It just creates a really nice effect. And then I did a slightly different card here where we just done that circle one that you can see with just that embossing into that gorgeous salt effect background.
Debbie, it's safe to say that this masterclass has been an absolute hit with our Crafters TV family. Kerry just says, I would like to thank Debbie for teaching me the wax technique for embossing. I'm ordering now. So that is amazing. Lakieta Gibson says, this is stunning. I'm going to be pulling out all my embossing folders for sure now. This is great, isn't it? So Kerry's now been inspired to get some embossing folders from the demos. Lakieta is going to be getting her embossing folders out because she's now got more ideas. This is why it's also worthwhile when I see comments like this. It really is. Michelle saying, I embossed craft metal last year and coloured in with alcohol markers. Was really stunning. Lynn saying, Debbie, you look lovely with your glasses on. So there we go. Lots of lovely comments comments about your glasses. And Anila saying, now I'm convinced this is a cookery show. Sea salt. Well, I know. Great idea, though. When are we putting it in the oven? Well, the sea salt on the... No, never mind. On the jerky, yeah. Sea salt, says Joyce, is an old watercolourist trick used to make starbursts of colour. Was a hit with my students. And Hadassah on YouTube. I love your turn of phrase, Hadassah. You said this yesterday, and I've never heard it before, but I love it now. This is a true awesome sauce masterclass by Debbie. Embossing folders normally stump me, but no longer intimidated to give them a try after watching Debbie's master class. So that's brilliant, Hadassah. Thank you, and love your comment. Your comment is awesome sauce. Right, let's go on to our website and have a look at some of the deals that we've got, because we have got our winter sale. Yeah, your chance to get up to 70% savings on some super deals. So as I said, this is a great chance to buy some extra Christmassy gifts, maybe buy some Christmas gifts for next year, birthday ideas, or just treat yourself, because you don't need to have a huge amount of money. There's loads of deals for under a fiver, under £5, under £5, like for example, all these amazing embossing folders. This is the Cute as a Button from Sarah's Crafty Fun collection. Normally a £13 or $15 embossing folder. You've got it for under £4, under $5 today with a 70% saving. If you want to grab that today, then make sure you do. We've also got some of the smaller embossing folders as well. This Crafty Notions, also from the Crafty Fun range, is a 7" by 1.5" embossing folder. You've got that gorgeous tape measure going up through the embossing folder there. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, I've only got a couple of quid to spend, 89p, you are welcome. $1.48, 70% saving on that. Always love this next embossing folder as well. It's cropped up a few times. This is the Crafty Friends. I love all the different phrases on there as well. And all then again, the different parts of the embossing folder that you can use for your different projects. That one again is a £6 or $7 folder that you can take home today for $1.79 or $2.08. Again, a 70% saving. And don't forget, you know, if you're a Club Inspire member, you're getting up to another 20% off the price that you're seeing on screen as well. So it makes these really, really affordable for you today. If you're wanting something a little bit more vintage, let's just say, you might want to go for this, the Venetian lace embossing folder. From Sarah's Signature Collection. Again, look at that, £6 or $8 normally, $1.79 or $2.38 today. Again, saving 70% before your club discount. Next up, from the Rose Gold Collection, these are gorgeous, these lattice embossing folders. They're 1.25 by 7 inches. These again making a saving of 50%. Half price deals on these, $1.49 or $1.99 if you're shopping with us in the States. Then we've got also from the Rose Gold Collection, this one here, which is the 5 by 7 decorative rose frame. So remember, this is a cut and emboss folder, so it does exactly what it says on the screen. You're going to get that beautiful emboss, but then you've got that cut of the aperture there as well, which is just absolutely stunning. One pass with the cut and the emboss done. $6.49 or $8.47. Again, that is a £13 or $17 embossing folder, cut and emboss folder. You're saving 50%. Next up, again, just to show you, we've got so many different ranges within our embossing folders. This one is a 3D embossing folder, which you've seen a lot on the show today. 5 3/4 by 2 3/4 inches. This one, that is your Queen of Hearts. Again, £4 or $5 down to $1.99 or $2.47. And then the next one, I'm sure, is going to be a big hit, especially at this price. The Butterfly Paradise. Again, 5 3/4 by 2 3/4 inches. That is $1.99 or $1.47, a half price discount on that. And last, we've got the Botanical Swirls, $1.99 or $1.47. It is definitely worth. We've got sale prices on loads of different goodies, not just embossing folders. We're obviously featuring embossing folders because this has been an embossing folder masterclass. But get on the website, have a little look if you get a chance today. As you can see, deals for under a couple of pounds, under £1, under $1. Do have a look there. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming in. Enchanted Fairy saying, great show. Thank you, Debbie and Ben. Lorraine saying, I'll definitely be watching this masterclass again and again. Thank you, Debbie. Great show, Debbie, says Mary Beth. Learned some new ways to use my folders. Thank you, Debbie, says Suzette, for all the ideas and techniques we seem to forget about. Dawn on YouTube saying, I love the diversity with the embossing folders. So what we're going to do, I am going to get the winners of our little competition in just a few moments' time. And whilst I'm sorting that over this side, we have got time, I think, to squeeze in another demo with Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for all your lovely comments. And actually, if we can just get you all to get all your embossing folders out and get all these techniques done, because they are truly amazing. Just a quick run through some of the samples because they are so beautiful. Just whatever you want to do with your embossing folders, you can do. You can create stunning makes like this one, which just look incredible. I absolutely adore this butterfly one. I mean, look at that, using just splodging a background and running that through, looks amazing. You've got that beautiful one there. I mean, there it looks like almost like a leopard print. It's so gorgeous. And then one we're going to do now, so being able to mat and layer two pieces and cut it through. So that's what we're going to do. I've got a piece of white card, and then I've just got a piece of coloured cardstock that I've got. We're going to stick this in place. Now, what I would recommend is to use, just grab my pen, is to use your glue tape, because well, I say that if you're using a wet glue, just make sure that it's completely dry, because if you use a wet glue and then you put it through the embossing folder, what you will find is the glue will splodge out on the sides. So because you're actually putting this through all these rollers. So I'm just sticking that to the inside of my card. So super easy, but already it looks like I've framed that piece of card, so it looks amazing. But I'm going to pop it in to our butterfly folder, just feeling again where my indentations are and running that through. So this is a really nice simple effect just to get an absolutely stunning background.
Do you know what, it's so great to see as well, because again, you like me, you might be looking at the finished article and thinking to yourself, well, how is that achieved? And you're kind of racking your brain, you think, oh, it's going to be really complicated. When you see it broken down like that, so achievable for everybody. So
simple. I love this effect, and it looks beautiful.
Oh,
so
wow.
I mean, look at that. It's so subtle, but looks incredible. But you've got that embossing around the edges, then that inside. That really does make for a beautiful front of the card. So that's one. Let's just see if we can get a couple more squeezing, because I know we are really running out of time. I love card that has a core colour. So I think we've only got time to do this one, but let's pop it through because I want to show you something. Now, I've got, years ago, I'm just making sure we got the right way. Years ago, they used to do card called coordinations, so you might know that. But most cardstocks have a core colour, and I then got, this is an actual sanding block for craft, but actually you can just use sandpaper, so ordinary sandpaper will do the same thing. Mirror card has a coating on the top of white card always. If you gently sand that back, same as glitter card, you will find a white core, so you can sand that back. But this looks quite ordinary on a piece of card, but look what happens when I sand back that core colour.
Ooh, yes.
It just gives it a really uniqueness.
It's great to see that. Do you know, I was going to mention that earlier on, because it's a technique which I sort of half remember from embossing folder shows in the past, but you don't often see it actually.
No, not at all. But it's a really pretty way. So I'm just going to do some more circular motions in there. But when we brush all this off, it just looks stunning. It's amazing. Right, so let me just grab a piece of tissue. When we, well, I do apologise for the noise. I think in the gallery it's
our director doesn't like the noise.
But look how beautiful. Do you not like that noise either, Ben?
Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, look at that. It's just such a beautiful way of doing another background, and just looks gorgeous. So please, please, please get your embossing folders out. If you've never tried them before, the offers on the show are out of this world. So please go for them. In fact, best deal
ever! Ever! I think what I've taken away from this is that, you know, like Debbie was saying, embossing folders, all the rage going back a few years and then kind of fell out of favour just a little bit and now coming back in. And I think when we have masterclasses like this, it really does bring to the fore how versatile embossing folders actually are. And I think, you know, for the fact that you've got different types of embossing folders, as we've shown you over the course of the masterclass, but then all of the different techniques that you can do with all of the different embossing folders that we've got available. So hopefully, as we've said during the course of this show, if you've already got some embossing folders that you've fallen out of love with or maybe kind of run out of ideas with, we've given you some new ideas. If you are someone perhaps who's fairly new to crafting and you had no clue what an embossing folder was and why you would want one, now you're thinking to yourself, well, hang on a minute, look at all these things I can do. I want to get my hands on them. And as I say, just generally, hopefully now you can save this masterclass and come back to it time and time and time again. So if there is a point down your crafting journey where you think, oh, what can I do with my embossing folders? I need some ideas. Then this masterclass, as a lot of our masterclasses are a great point of reference, so do save it. I think it's been phenomenal. Some lovely comments coming in just finally as well. Diane saying, I always forget about the embossing folders, and I have a lot of them. I'm going to start getting them out and use them after I saw Debbie use them today. 4 Holidays on YouTube says, I already have saved this show. Brilliant cards. Well done, Ben and Debbie. Tracy saying, thank you, Ben and Debbie. Another wonderful show. I don't know what I would do without Crafter's Companion. So inspirational. Sandra St. Hilaire says, thank you, Debbie. Always love watching your shows. We all learn a lot from all of you. And Jeffrey saying, enjoying all these techniques. Well, thank you so much for all those lovely comments. All those comments, of course, have been in with a shout of winning prizes. So let's do those, shall we? So 2 winners we're doing on each show up until Wednesday. All you have to do is comment. So our winners in this show are YouTube. Well, get ready to do your... the winner on YouTube is... Marilyn Pico! And, oh yeah, Johnny and Adam haven't heard our little double act yet. Yeah, we've been practicing this, guys. They're wowed in the gallery. Like, this is amazing. And our Facebook winner is... Will Jewett! AKA the Crafty Crafter. I mean, they are wowed in the gallery now. They're like, what is this? This is amazing. Seriously. New studio, new soundboard. Wow. Marilyn, Will, you need to email us. It's just disappeared off the screen, but you saw it. prizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Email there. There you go. And our guys will get in touch with you and get you your vouchers, £20 or $20. Well, I tell you what, we have got more fun coming your way in just an hour's time with Monday Makers. Lots of goodies to show you there. Lots of great deals, and we'll do some Christmas quizzy questions for you as well, in case you missed a little quiz last night. So looking forward to that. Debbie, just want to say again a big thank you. I'll echo everybody else's comments with what a brilliant masterclass. I think you've definitely shown us that embossing folders are a very important thing to have in your crafty armoury, aren't they? Yeah, absolutely, and I've loved it. It's just been brilliant. I can't wait. I'm ready to go for the next hour now. Well, we've got an hour's break. Well, I was going to say, let's not, let's have an hour off. Brilliant. Absolutely love Debbie. She'll be back with me in an hour's time, yes, for Monday Makers. So we're going to go and get ready for that. You grab yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, whatever it might be, and join us back here on Crafters TV in just over an hour's time for more fun, more crafty knowledge, and who knows what else we're going to be chatting about over the course of the next couple of hours. Beef jerky, for goodness sake! We'll see you in an hour.